Hello, I am back for a Legacy Cube draft. I certainly don't know what I'm doing, so there's that. But I would like to have some fun with all these crazy cards. And what do I want the most? So I think my favorite thing to do in Cube is to play with Planeswalkers. Specifically ones with blue in their casting cost, so Ashiok seems pretty sweet. Alternatively, Phyrexian Metamorph can be pretty awesome. 3-mana clone effect is really good, and you also can clone artifacts if you have some sweet artifacts to clone, or your opponent has some sweet artifacts to clone. Compulsive Research is a great draw spell. Yeah. I mean, picking Ashiok puts me in two colors, which maybe I don't want to be. So maybe Phyrexian Metamorph is better, because it's like completely not it's barely a color commitment. And okay, cool. So I did that. Now what do I do? So Precursor Golem is pretty strong, and you can Phyrexian Metamorph Precursor Golem and get 6 golems, though they're all very fragile. And it says whenever you target a golem, yeah, not you, whenever a player casts a spell that targets a golem. So Precursor Golem seems sweet, and also doesn't put me in a color, though it already kind of, I don't know if I know what colors I want to be in necessarily. I just want to be playing Planeswalker. So if I did just want to play a Planeswalker, I'd pick up Sarkhan, for example. So I don't know, like my favorite kind of thing to do is like white-blue, and like pick up things like Venser and Tameo and whatnot. Alright, Precursor Golem it is though. So that's cool. I could take a Dig Through Time. It is a pretty good draw spell. I skipped on the Compulsive Research. And I'm pretty sure there'll be enough things in the graveyards, or my graveyard, to cheapen it up considerably. Yeah. Sure, why not? Okay, so there's a Hallowed Fountain. I do like white-blue. There's also a Mox Diamond, which is some sweet ramp that doesn't require any colors. And I think I like Mox Diamond more. I think I'll do that. It's possible Mox Diamond wheels. I've seen it wheel many times. Oh. We'll find out if that was a mistake. Well, I have no idea how to recognize if it was a mistake or not. But it's okay. So far, I'm liking where this is going. I just have some good cards, and they're mostly blue. Yup. I feel like that's basically my impression of how Cube should go. On the other hand, like, I don't know if there's like some, I don't know. Okay, so Ancestral Vision's pretty sweet on turn 1. On later turns, it can be kind of like meh. But like, I don't know, how many games go to like turn 7? Yeah, I guess if you're playing control deck, you kind of want it to go late. On the other hand, Council Judgment's like an amazing answer to basically everything. It's great because it targets any non-land permanent, so it's not Vindicate, you can't destroy lands, but any non-land permanent, so you can target Planeswalkers or whatever, and it doesn't actually target, you choose with a vote. And so Hexproof and Indestructible and whatever. I think I'll go with that. Shit. Okay. Well, I took the Attrition, which is not the card I wanted at all. That's fine. Let's take the Mirror Battlesphere. I'm apparently playing artifacts. So maybe there are some artifact energies that I'm not particularly aware of in the cube. I'm so sad about that attrition. What did I miss out on? Either a Ancestral Vision or the Council's Judgment. Yeah, I would totally have wanted the Council's Judgment over the attrition. Pretty sure. I maybe would want the other thing over attrition. Maybe. Kind of feel like I wanted the Council's Judgment in general. Oust seems fine though. You can see I'm kind of just inserting myself in white-blue because that's what I kind of like to do. I don't know if there's like a great card in here I'm passing. Like Dark Ritual's cool. I don't know. Like I could totally play blue-black. I don't hate attrition. But I don't know what you want to pick Dark Ritual to do. Like it accelerates you if you want that. I don't think Storm is a thing, and if it is, I don't know. It's Monster Mentor or Dungeon Geists? Maybe the Mentor. I don't have that many non-creature spells. I've got 3 and 3 actually. Yeah, whatever. Let's pick the Mentor here. Yeah, it's too bad it's not whenever it targets the Precursor Golem, but whenever it targets any Golem. Because then you could just like give it Shroud. But no, that is not a thing. So now I could take Lightning Greaves. I don't know if that's a good thing. Lightning Greaves is good. I don't even know. Gather Townsfolk I don't really like. Necromancy. Maybe I can go some sort of Reanimator strategy. I can take the Temple. Maybe I'll play the Attrition. Maybe I'll play black. I mean, Esper seems cool a lot of the time. Mox Diamond is color fixing. Adhikar Wastes. Deep Analysis is card draw. The fact that I didn't take the compulsive research is leading me to believe that I might want some card draw now. Adhikar Wastes is a fine land, but I should probably take this, I think. Yeah, sure. And now, okay, do I have many white creatures? I have this one and all the tokens it makes. I don't think that justifies Honor the Pure. I could take a Shivan Reef in case I go red. And Glory Chaser. And Wake Thrasher. Maybe Wake Thrasher's good. Wake Thrasher is probably fine. I don't think I'll play the Ranger. I guess the Phoenix is scary. I guess if I play red and black, I could play Terminate. Hellrider's probably scarier. And Dark Ritual. Okay. I assume people believe that Dark Ritual isn't good now. Okay, besides that attrition pick, I think this one okay. As pack 1. You know, I didn't get any Planeswalkers, which is kind of what I want to be doing. But that's alright. So Ashiok didn't wheel, for example. Ooh, okay, there's a bunch of cards here that I do like. Yeah, okay. Coalition Relic is ramp and mana fixing and pretty sweet. Bitter Blossom, I really like. I really like Bitter Blossom. Battered Skull is pretty awesome too. Unexpectedly Absent is great. Just like 2 mana, put something on top of it. Like put non-land permanent on top of its owner's library is really strong. And then like if you don't have anything else to spend your mana on, you can make it so that they can't get that thing for a while. Or if you're ahead, you can just make it so that their next draw is dead. And they have to spend mana to recast it or something. Yeah, I think the Batter Skull might be what I want. Bitter Blossom I think is close to for me. I don't know what's like correct, but I like Bitter Blossom quite a bit. I don't think either of these are wheel. Venser also really into. Zealous Conscript is also great. Oh, didn't mean to pick that, but I like Brimaz. Cryptic Command and Gifts Ungiven are both really good though. Am I blue heavy enough? Am I white heavy enough? Shallow Grave, Tundra. Tundra's pretty great as a land. Sin Collector is pretty strong because it exiles and it doesn't give it back. Of course, it only picks instant or sorcery cards, but you know the cube is full of really strong instant and sorcery cards. So, probably not gonna be doing much with this gifts. I'm really bad at playing decks that hold up counter magic. While Brimaz is like pretty fair, it's like pretty sweet too. And if I pick up an oppression, is that the card I'm thinking of? Opposition. Then I'll be happy I picked that. And if I don't, then it'll still be fine. Worn Power Stone is pretty sweet. Angel of Serenity is only 7 mana. Whenever I look at this card, I think it costs 8, and I'm like, I don't really want to spend 8 mana. Or like, I don't really want to hope that I get to 8. I mean, I'm playing more Battlesphere, so I'm clearly, or considering playing more Battlesphere, so I intend to get to 7, I guess. Though Sower is pretty strong too. Maybe it's Sower. Exalted Angel's fine. Yeah. I think it's either Sower or Worn Power Stone or Scrubland or Angel of Serenity. I think I'll take the Sower here. I always end up with a ton of 4-drops, so maybe I shouldn't be doing this. So there's Vindicate, the destroy target permanent. Some convictions are so strong that the world must break to accommodate them. Yeah, that's pretty great. Oh, Venser! Sweet, okay. I like Venser a lot, despite the fact that I don't have much that, Okay, so Precursor Golem's pretty sweet with Venser. I don't have that much that makes it great. Let's see, Phyrexian Metamorph can be pretty sweet. Mere Battlesphere can be sweet. I don't have all that much that works well with Venser, but I like Venser quite a bit, so I think that's my pick. Shadow Mage Infiltrator is great. It's frequently going to get in there. And then Chain of Edict is strong if I'm going to play black. Brainstorm is good if I have shuffle effects. Whoops. Venser it is. Sun Titan is also good. Yeah. Just Sun Titan. I mean, Mutavault's a fine land. A creature thing. I mean, not looking to be that aggressive, so I don't need a Mutavault. But if there were nothing else in the pack, which there isn't really anything else that I'm interested in, then I would pick up the Mutavault. And that gives me my first 6-drop. Okay, do I take a second 6-drop? Or do I take my first 2-drop? This is also a 2-drop. This is also a 2-drop. I'm not really interested in Precinct Kimpton. Land Tax? I don't know. So Land Tax is a pretty sweet shuffle effect. And I really like it with Skorak, but I don't think I've seen Skorak in this cube. Yeah. I don't think Land Tax is actually good, though I end up picking it more often than I probably should. Impulse is a pretty sweet cantrip, I think. So I think that I'll just pick that up. I mean, maybe Impulse is better if you're running some sort of something, some sort of like combo-y thing, or like you need pieces like Reanimator. But I think it's fine without. So Baleful Strix is good if I go into black, and I can probably do a black splash. Spectral Procession I can probably cast for, 4 mana a lot of the time. Maybe 5 some of the time. Like 5 or 4. I could certainly cast it for 5, I imagine, and then probably 4. Baleful Strix. Is it worth going into another color? I'll just take Spectral. Geist of Saint Draft. Sweet. The control magic. and Ralzeric, and I forgot red also playing Tomikawa was pretty sweet. I don't want to play Samaru, don't really care about the Elixir of Immortality, though it could matter if I'm getting milled out. Are there mill strategies? Ashiok is a mill strategy, though it exiles, so that doesn't work. Geist of Saint Traft is what I'll pick. And Unexpectedly Absent. Awesome. So there's Ashen Rider, which is pretty sweet, enters the battlefield and leaves the battlefield, exiles target permanent. They don't come back, they just get exiled. So that's pretty awesome. It's like 2 Vindicates, but it also costs 8 mana. So yeah, Unexpectedly Absent it is. And sweet, the Gifts wield, as did 3 Reanimator spells. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe I should have been in Reanimator strategy. Gifts is also great in Reanimator. I mean, you can just pick 2 things and have them end up in your graveyard. And Angel Serenity wield, so that's great. And I just have a high curve at the moment, and I have like 1 2-drop. I would want more things down there. A Manatide, which I won't play. A Chandra Pyromaster, which is fine. From Lavamancer, which is scary against me. I'll take the Manatide and not play it. Boros Charm and not play it. Yeah. Precinct Captain. So I could play the Precinct Captain. Considering I don't have that many 2-drops, it's possibly worth it for curve considerations. I have a pretty huge curve. And Dig Through Time really doesn't cost 8. And Unexpectedly Absent doesn't cost an arbitrarily large amount. Unexpectedly Absent I would probably play... So if this is like turn order in which I want to be casting these cards, I'd probably want to play Unexpectedly Absent around turn 4 or 5 or 6. Riftbolt, sweet. Okay, it looks like there is an mono red player, which makes me happy. Because I regularly lose to mono red. And I'm always sad about it. So okay, pretty content with where this is going. I think draw spells and low drops are where I want to be. And ooh, I got a Sorin. I picked up a Sorin. I don't know if I'm playing Sorin, though Sorin Solemn Visitor is pretty sweet. Gideon also is pretty sweet and doesn't require me to go into black. Wormcoil Engine is also pretty sweet, but so are these lands. And so is Augur, I think. How many instances of Rescues do I have? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, I probably shouldn't be playing Gifts. So 6. Do I need another win condition? That is, do I need another 6-drop? Because Wormcoil Engine's really strong, and I don't know what I want to do with all these artifacts, but I have a lot of them. Force Spike is good. I could try to call it for that. Spell Pierce. Sorin is also pretty good, as is Gideon. People seem to really like this Gideon, and I'm not that much of a fan. I don't think I've ever liked that, like, any Gideon that much. I think I like Wormcoil Engine a lot, though, and I'm optimistic that one of these cards will wheel, like maybe even a Silverblade Paladin. And Blade Splicer gives all golems for a strike, so Precursor Golem combo. Hangerback Walker is another artifact if I just want to arbitrarily pick this energy for no, like, pick this theme for no discernible reason, because I don't know if I have any cards that are happy about me playing artifacts. Like, there isn't a Tolarian Academy in the cube, I'm pretty sure. But Blade Splicer is just a fine card. There's a Boros Reckoner that can play for triple white. It doesn't do much for me. Solemn Simulacrum might actually be better, though. It's a 4-drop, and I don't know if I want a million more 4-drops. But at the same time, it like gets you a land immediately, so it ramps you to 6, which I have quite a few things at, I guess. I don't need 6 mana to play Unexpectedly Absent, and Spectral Procession is probably down here, I'm hopeful. But I'm going to pick up the Solemn anyway, because I don't know how magic works. Okay, so Phantasmal Image I feel like is a pretty good clone effect. It's only a 2-mana clone, though it's fragile because it has to be targeted by something, but usually they have to use a card to target it, so, you know, whatever. Fiend Hunter is a fine answer to some things that I might need. Though is Phantasmal Image not like just as good as one sometimes? Like if they're gonna remove the Fiend Hunter, remove the Phantasmal Image, both things are fine, and you having that threat in addition is often good enough. Sometimes better, sometimes worse. I like Phantasmal Image here. It's also cheaper. And let's see here. So, okay. Batterskull. When this equipment enters the battlefield. So Venser can get me back the germ tokens as well. This also works with Sun Titan, also works with Angel Serenity. Well, yeah, I guess I can recur creatures in the graveyard to my hand. Cloud Goat Ranger works with Venser pretty well. So does Dragon with Simicar. But I seem to not be playing black, though I'm passing, several good black spells consistently. Old Man of the Sea is kind of nice. It takes cheap creatures, or like low power creatures, and then you like sacrifice them or chump block with them, and then you take another one, and it's fine. Okay, so there's Vendilion Click, Terminus, Glacial Fortress, and Revelark. Revelark, power 2 or less, so that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. That's it. Okay, that's still quite a few targets when it leaves the battlefield, but it has an evoke that costs more. But it's up to 2 to the battlefield. Okay, that's still strong. Revelark is good. Though, at this point, I have a number of playables. I have 24 right here. And so maybe the land is just what I want. Though, I mean, if I were being honest, I probably don't want to play the Precinct Captain. Don't really want to play, like, I can see cutting maybe the Mentor, or the Wake Thrasher, or the... Okay, I took the land. That's fine, though. Show and Tell. Huh. Can put an artifact, creature, enchantment, or land. Okay. Maybe I want to Show and Tell out of Stormtide Leviathan. Or, one of these other fancy things. Maybe Show and Tell is just sweet. I've never, ever played with Show and Tell. And it's possible it's not great. But, I mean, I don't have, like, Emrakul. I passed on Emrakul when I opened it, and then never saw it again. So someone else picked it up. So I'm sorry for taking your Show and Tell if that was what you were looking for. But still, I mean, yeah. Seeker of the Way is another 2-mana 2/2. This one has prowess and lifelink sometimes. There's Days Dissipate into the Royal. I think Days might be what I want here. And there's a Sneak Attack. So I have Sneak Attack and Show and Tell. Apparently the person with Emrakul doesn't want it. But I don't know if this is a good Sneak and Show deck. I mean, Splashing Red isn't that bad. This is the last pack. I'm not going to get much more fixing, am I? Yeah, I haven't really been prioritizing lands, unfortunately. I don't think I'll take the Sneak Attack here. I think I can take the Mana Confluence. Well, why would I take Mana Confluence to cast? Nothing. Remove Soul, maybe. Okay. Temple of Enlightenment. So the Augur is fine, too. I'd rather have a land. Caves of Aquilus. Are the Serendipity free? I'll take another land. I don't know why I'm picking black lands here. Oh, there's the Fiend Hunter. I mean, it's not that surprising that it wields. But... Right, wait, do I have any black cards that I want to play? There's Attrition, which is playable. But, yeah, I guess taking the black land wasn't really valuable, because I don't want to play any black spells. The Fiend Hunter is fine. Old Man of the Sea. Battlefield Forge? Sure, maybe I have red cards that I could play. But play. And Runescar Demon. Okay. So... I think this went fine. I don't think it was amazing. It's a white-blue control-y deck with some stuff. And I've got to make, say, 4 or 5 cuts. Maybe 6 cuts. Maybe I want 18 lands in this deck. It's got a Mox Diamond, which is like a mana source. But it requires a land for you to play it. So... I feel like with Mox Diamond, you don't want to be counting it as a land. Which you could be doing with like Chromox, for example. But I don't like Chromox. So, okay. I think I should cut 5 cards. Though it makes me sad. Alright, Impulse I think is easy to cut, though it might come back in. Maybe I shouldn't be cutting it. But Show and Tell is probably silly, so is... I'm not sold on Old Man of the Sea. Maybe I don't want a Mirror Battlesphere or Angel Serenity. I kind of want things that combo with Fencer, though. Wait, how does Revelark... Is Revelark when it leaves the battlefield? Huh. I passed it, so that's not a thing I can do right now. But still, maybe I should have considered it for Fencer value. So like, I like playing this white-blue deck that has Venser and Flicker Wisp and Restoration Angel and just things that flicker your spells for tons of value. Yeah. So, let's see here. I can't just keep cutting low drops. I think Impulse is probably good to play, and I should be cutting more expensive spells. So Deep Analysis seems good. So does the Metamorph. Metamorph lets count it as a 3-drop, so I feel better about myself. And maybe I don't need all of these. Like, Precursor Golem's kind of fragile, though it's as fragile as anything else. It's just a 5-mana 9/9, kind of. That, it's not actually 9/9. 9/9's maybe better, maybe worse. I don't know. But yeah, like, if you were playing a 5-mana 9/9 and they had a removal spell for it, I mean, that's kind of sad. But you traded 1 for 1, and now if you play Precursor Golem, you get 3 3/3s for 5 mana. And if they have a removal spell for any of them, you trade 1 for 1, basically. The problem is, I guess, that it dies to 3 damage spells and stuff, which a 9/9 wouldn't, but yeah, whatever. So let's account Spectral Procession down here, and I think maybe cut either the Mirror Battlesphere or the Angel of Serenity. And the Angel of Serenity has a huge white cost, so I'm gonna maybe cut that, though by the time I get to 7 mana, I'm hopefully gonna have white. Yeah. So I'm down to 25 spells. I still need to make some cuts. Alright, let's group creatures separately. Maybe I don't need 14 creatures. Like, I can cut a Wake Thrasher. And I can cut a Monastery Mentor. Maybe it's good? I don't know if Monastery Mentor is actually good in Legacy Cube. So I have 24 spells. I feel like I shouldn't have 24 spells. Right, do I want to be playing 18 lands or 17 lands? And I feel like it can't be 16. The answer cannot be 16. So, is Oust good? Ensure into its owner's library, second from the top, its controller gains 3 life. Eh. It seems good enough as removal. I think I have a really hard time playing 18 lands because I need to play 22 spells and I have to figure out how to cut down to 22. Right now I'm playing 24 and I need to make 1 more cut. If I had to make 2 more cuts, that'd be sad. So I'm just going to play 17 lands, I think. So that being said, what is the last spell to get the cut? So if I were to organize this by what functions these cards have, these are draw spells. Spectral Possession is kind of, I don't know, maybe Spectral Possession's not that great. It's a 4 mana for 3 1/1 flyers. Like a 4 mana 3/3 flyer is like okay, but like I don't have any token synergies or anything like that. Maybe Spectral Possession is not actually that good, and I was just assuming that it was good. And it's not always 4 mana. It might be 6 mana, or it could be 3. A 3 mana 3/3 flyer is fine. It's like good. I'm thinking in terms of like Legacy Cube standards, and I don't really know if I fully understand them. But okay, whatever. So that's that. Removal that isn't like super great, but basically puts cards into your opponent's deck from some amount of time from the top. That's fine, whatever. I'm keeping these 2 counter spells because I feel like decks like this need counter magic. Like, this is to preempt things that it's going to be hard to remove or you don't want them to redraw and so on. So we have counters, we have card draw. This is kind of like card draw. It's more like card selection, really. This is kind of like a land, but not really. Okay, so then this is a clone effect and a clone effect. This is an efficient creature. This is kind of like removal, actually. So this is a win condition, win condition, win condition. Fencer is just like sweet. Sweetness. I guess these are good because they work with Fencer. Brimaz. Oh, whoops. Master Mentor and Brimaz are in the camp of just like kind of efficient creatures. Sower is probably in that camp as well. So we have these 4 efficient creatures, 2 clone effects, 4 cards that combo with Fencer, not just these 4. Mirror Battlesphere and the Sun Titan also do that. And, you know, so do lands. So does any creature that you want to give Vigilance, really. I've never used Vencer's -1. It's never come up. I don't know why. Yeah, and then I have these in Fiend Hunter. Let's see. No. Fiend Hunter Restoration Angel is a combo that can permanently exile anything. Okay, whatever. I think I'm content with these 23 spells and 2 lands. Let's add 15 more lands to make it a nice 17. Yeah? Am I playing more white than... maybe. Sure. Whatever. That gives me 9 blue sources, 10 white sources. And I guess that is fine. I could cut another spell and add another island, so it's 10 and 10. And I feel like in decks like this, I'm almost never sad to have, like, a lot of lands. Almost. Like, I guess there is a point in the game, like, where you're really sad to be drawing more lands. But, I don't know. I'm gonna run with this, and we'll see how it goes. So, okay, I guess that was the last one to submit. So, we will resume in round 1. Thanks.